Welcome. In this video, we're going to take our first steps building on ZetaChain. On ZetaChain, you can build what we call universal apps, smart contracts that can read, write, and manage assets across connected chains. Instead of stitching together bridges and wrapped assets, you have a single contract that has all the logic, and users from connected chains can interact with it natively. This means better UX for end users and way less complexity for developers. Before we dive in, let's make sure our environment is ready. First, open your terminal and check that you have Node.js installed. We recommend version 21 or higher. You'll also need JQ for interacting with scripts, Git for source control, npm or yarn for dependency management, and Foundry, which is an EVM toolkit for building contracts for EVM blockchains. So to install Foundry, go to getfoundry.sh, and once you have it ready, you can type forage version to check that it's installed. And now we can install ZetaChain CLI, which is our main tool for interacting with the network and tracking transactions, checking balances, and much, much more. To install ZetaChain CLI, type npm install globally ZetaChain. And once it's installed, you can check the version to make sure it's running. Let's make a query command to check all the chains that are connected to ZetaChain. So you can see it makes a query and lists all the blockchains. For local development, we recommend using something called Localnet, which is a self-contained environment that spins up ZetaChain, EVM chains, Sui, Solana, Ton, and deploys protocol contracts so you can start building very quickly without relying on public testnets. Make sure you have Foundry installed, then type ZetaChain, Localnet, start. So this command starts an Anvil network and deploys ZetaChain and EVM protocol contracts to it. For now, we'll skip all the other chains like Sui, Solana, and Ton. If you want to start Sui just past the chains flag, you will need to have Sui CLI installed or Solana CLI installed, depending on which chains you want to launch. So you can deploy contracts and interact with the network from here. Once you're ready to move to testnet, there are a few key resources that you might want to check out. We have a list of RPCs, contracts. There is a section dedicated to faucets, explorers. ZetaChain is both Cosmos chain and EVM chain. We have explorers for both. And in the tutorials, we have a lot of tutorials. I recommend starting from the first universal contract tutorial, which is a hello world that you deploy on ZetaChain and call from connected chains. You can learn how to build a front end, as well as real-life applications like cross-chain DEXs. There are solutions for building cross-chain NFTs or fungible tokens, as well as sending messages between blockchains without deploying anything on ZetaChain. So this should give you a quick intro on how to get started. And thanks for watching. Happy building.